Hello everyone, Did here, and in this video we're going to talk about guarded rotations, and I'm actually doing two sessions on this one. This means we are doing 104 maps total, 52 maps for Sirus and 52 maps for Shaper Guardians. So first thing first, I got the idea for this strategy from GG, so I will put a link in the description for his channel if you guys want to check him out. I do change things a little bit, but in the end of the day, the original idea comes from him. So for the setup, for both sessions is basically the same. Because it is the same strategy, it's just a different map that we do. For Shaper, we're going to run Shaper maps. We chisel out until 80% quality as usual. And for Sirus, there's a little bit percentage to be done. And in this one, I'm only doing T15 and T16. And the reason for that one is because there's no T14 that drop Fortress, and the reason why I'm aiming for Fortress because Fortress is the most expensive T17, but you can also do T14 at Astury that will give you Cigarette, which is the second most expensive. I think it's fine. For the map itself, it's the same with Chisel and all until we have at least 80% quantity. And for the Scarabs, the first Scarab that we're going to use is Domination Scarab of Terrace. This is going to make every shrine on your maps will have an Atlas boss in it. And the second one we're going to add is Domination Scarab that will add more shrine into the maps. And the third Scarabs is basically the point of the strategy, which is Cartographic Scarab of Singularity combination with Scarab of Terrors. And this makes every bosses that you kill will drop one unique map, which can be converted into T17. And this is the reason why we go with these combinations. And for the last Scarabs we're going to use is Cartographic Scarab of Duplications. And this basically make your map have a chance to be duplicated. You can use another Domination Scarab, basically add more shrine, but I think Cartographic Scarab of Duplication will perform better. And for the map device, both of them will use Dominations, add more shrine into the map. And for the other three, this is the other three that I'm going to use. Link will be in the descriptions. The first thing first is Destructive Play, and this is going to give us additional 1 to 3 Atlas bosses. And we're also going to take all the maps node on the top. This one going to give Synthesis map, this one going to give Shaper and Elder maps, and this one going to give Conqueror map. And we're also going to take all the effect modifier nodes on the top hat and all the node for the effect modifier. That's going to give us more quantity. And we also take all the shrine node, obviously, because this is the main strategy is using shrine. And I'm also taking Nico here. Nico going to give you more speed, more damage, and more defense. Even with my build, I will still take Nico just for the movement speed itself. It makes you go through the rotation a lot faster. And we're also going to take all the map nodes on the middle here and all these two, Shaping Mountain and Shaping the Sky. And I do try to drop this. I do get less T16, so I recommend still taking all the maps nodes. And the other node that I take is also Torment nodes, Seance, and another thing, Torment. I don't think this node is necessary, but this is basically I'm trying to like squeeze out a little bit more out of strategy. If you do not have the point or you do not have it strong enough build, this is the first point that you're going to drop the Torment. Also, for the other three, there is another cases to be made for Deliriums. We can take Delirium's node here and Delirium's node here, and we can take like Unending Nightmare. Or we can even do without Unending Nightmare because this map is pretty fast, so you can kind of race with the mirror. It's going to give you more quantity and basically more monsters inside the maps, because you still can drop normal maps and normal maps still can be converted into T17. I do try to Delirium before. It does give more, but the reason why I'm not choosing this is because I think it will be slow a lot of player downs because Delirium is not that easy to do. And there's also a lot of mechanic in Delirium, like the hands in the ground that's going to slow you down. So I end up not including Delirium inside the map, but just want to note that you can do that if you want to. And yeah, I think that's all about the Atlas tree. Let's move to the breakdown of the results. And this one is for the Shaper rotation, and this one is for the Sirus Conqueror rotations. And both of them, if you see from the deeper hours, Shaper have 24, Conqueror have 27. So let's get into the number first. Number one, with Shaper, the price of the map is a little bit cheaper, so that's the only difference in terms of cost. And the second one, for probability, I'm not including unique and normal T16s. It's the same with Conqueror because number one, I try selling unique map. It's a pain. So I do not want to deal with them because you kind of have to sell them like one by one. Nobody buying this in bulk. So I just do not include the unique map. But if you want to sell the map, it's up to you. That's basically more income. And for normal T16 maps, I just think that there is a better use for T16 at this time of the league. We're basically like on the mid league, almost going into the end of the league. So T16s, I think, have a better use than you just sell it. So I think T16 you can just chisel them and put Fall Orb on them. Hope they become an Egg Mod or they become Fall Temple, which both of them can be used on most of the endgame strategy. Like Fall Temple can use for Fractured Farms. The Egg Mod basically you can use them on any map, and Egg Mod made this way is also better because you have 20% quality in it. But if you want to sell the T16, it's up to you. It's basically more profit, but I won't include them in this calculation. So for the Shaper, we got total of 57 Divine. It's end up being 24 div per hour, which I think is not bad. This one is a little bit lower in terms of RNG. So I draw a baseline here with like 50 maps before all of this. Just to see like how much T16 we got, and we got 786 maps. This is basically almost double the previous map farm. Previous we only have like 406. So this one is a better method to farm maps, especially T17. And for the Shaper, we are a little bit lower in terms of RNG. With a better RNG, we're probably going to hit like 25 defense per hour. I think that's reasonable. And for the average per rotations, this is one benefit from Shaper is fast. The second benefit from Shaper is easy to sustain, because a lot of the map that we're going to cut, if you see on the breakdown on the result tab over here, we do get a lot of Shaper maps. And for Shaper map itself, you can change it into another type with Horizon Orbs. Sustaining Shaper will be a lot easier than sustaining like Sirus Guardian maps. I put all the screenshot over here, and the other note here is also the T17. And this is one downside of Shaper rotations. You can attack it from which T17 you want. In this case, we got bunch of T17, we got Citadel, Sanctuary, Abomination, Fortress, and Secret. And this basically means if you're unlucky and you get a lot of Citadel and Sanctuary, and you're going to get lower profit. But if you get lucky and you get a lot more Secret, Fortress, and Abominations, then you will have a lot more profit. So that's the downside of Shaper. The average probably around 24-25 Divine. I think this strategy is good enough. And for the Sirus Guardian rotations, the map is a little bit pricey, so the cost is a little bit higher. But we do get a lot more from this one, and this is because on Sirus we also drops like the Exalted Orbs, which is still worth quite a lot. Like Hunter Exalted Orb is still worth like 1.1 div, and Crusader Exalted Orb is still worth basically a div. The map is also taking longer, and this is probably the downside of Sirus. The average rotation for me is 9 minutes. It's like 8 minutes and something, but it's just running up to 9 minutes. So we end up doing 27.4 defense per hour. This is a little bit better, but this is kind of expected. We do have a lot better RNG over here. We got 5 maps more than the average. And also, if you see on the breakdown, all our maps is Fortress, and I think this is the big advantage for Sirus Guardians maps. It requires a little bit of work, so before you chisel them and alt them, you kind of have to Horizon Orb them to specific maps if you want to target a specific T17. And in this case, we got 55 T17. All of them is Fortress, because I do target Fortress in this one with Castle Ruins and Port on T15 and T16. And this is the reason why I'm not doing T14. But doing T14, I don't think it's that bad. Like if you see on the Shaper one, Secret is still worth 60C. This is basically still the second most expensive, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. You can still use T14, and for T14 the choice will be Estuary, that will give you secret maps. I think that's conclude all the video that I want to talk about. I think both of them is pretty good, and for me Shaper is very easy to do, very easy to sustain. But if you want to do Conqueror, you can target farms a certain T17, but it needs a little bit more preparations. Yeah, so this is all about the video, and thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and that will help us a lot, and I will see you in the next one.
One of my captors felt no emotion. He did not all he captors refused redemption. He did not see value.
This would be nice. This would be nice.
One of my captors wore many faces, yet now he cannot escape what he is. One of my captors hid a beast within his heart.
Approach.